just arrived, has this PowerMac G5 from ScrumpyMacs.co.uk. You can pick up these now ridiculously cheap for the amount of power you get. Only slight complaint, didn't come in the original box. Got a proper Apple keyboard, but not an Apple mouse or power supply or CDs or DVI to VGA adapter. But I don't care, because it was a fantastic deal and you can get some fantastic big specs for your money. Now I'm sure you've all seen this before, but one of the things I learned about the PowerMacs, and then of course leading up to the Mac Pros, was how easy it is to upgrade. One lever on the side. Ooh. This aluminium door comes off, and then this acrylic comes off. And then you've got the two G5s, access to PCI cards, hard drives, optical drive, and the RAM just down the side. And then, should you need to access the RAM, this has got 4 gigs in it. Pull out the fan assembly. No screwdrivers, no messing about. Make sure that's back in. Now it can run without the aluminium door on, but it can't run without this acrylic because it needs that for the airflow. It's got 9 fans in it to keep it, weirdly, super quiet because each one is independently controlled. Put this aluminium door back on and just shut that. It's in pretty good nick, just a few scratches, but that was always going to happen anyway. So this is my brand new 2.3 dual G5, 2.3 gigahertz, 4 gig RAM, 1 terabyte hard drive, PowerMac G5 that I'm going to be using at the centre of ShedFed Studios. ShedFed.com for more details. Oh my god. I'm not saying oh my god because I'm amazed, because I've seen this video millions of times before. I'm saying oh my god because I didn't think it would take 3 different Macs, 4 different DVD burners, and all that jazz and stuff, just to try and get this thing onto Leopard. The Leopard disk that ScrumpyMacs provided didn't turn out to work all that well, so I had to find my original Leopard DVD.
Mac OS X includes a built-in screen reader called VoiceOver.
Oh, great, thank you. So I had to find my original Leopard disk. I had to put that into my MacBook Pro, which is reading about how to do all this stuff. And I got millions of different hard drives and stuff, trying to get it to boot off there. Finally, I've done a successful Leopard install, having to shrink it. I went out to buy some dual-layer DVDs into this rural town that I live in. Of course, they didn't have any, so I bought some single-layer rewritables and shrunk my Leopard install onto that single disk. And finally it's worked. Although, might not have done, you know, you never know, it's never too late. And also, look how freaking big this thing is. Look, there's my 28-inch display, just as an iPad. There's an iPad down there as a comparison. And then there's my train tickets up there. There you go. And a display of iPhone boxes. Oh, one's dropped off. Nice. Let's set this thing up and do some Geekbench. So I finally got my PowerMac G5 up and running. I don't know if you can see down here, but I've done an iLife 09 install, which gives me GarageBand and iPhoto and all that stuff. And I've also installed the software that I'm mainly going to be using on here, which is, can we find it in there? Final Cut Pro, just up there, well, the whole Final Cut Studio package. Which I reviewed on my Technolicious channel, youtube.com/defogging. I reviewed that whole package a while back, well, a few months ago. And I've also installed Logic Express, which is the music production software that I'll be using in the studio. Now, I'm actually running Logic Express 9, even though it says that it does need an Intel Mac to run. This is obviously a PowerPC Mac, and the installer ran just fine. I do find it quite annoying that Apple have already discontinued a lot of their products, but again with Final Cut Studio 3, using an installer called Pacifist, it managed to sort of bypass the system requirements, and actually all the files are universal binaries. They should run on a PowerMac just fine. So as promised, I'm going to run some Geekbench scores. If we go to Geekbench, and I'll do the 64-bit one. Okay, so down here it's saying the specs of the computer. Mac OS 10 PowerPC 64-bit, PowerMac 7.3, yeah. A 2.3 gigahertz, well, two 2.3 gigahertz processors, 4 gigs of DDR RAM. It didn't support anything faster than that. Although I would have quite liked DDR2, I thought that was an option, but hey. Mac OS 10 10.5.8, latest version of Leopard. Running on this, obviously not running Snow Leopard because Apple have totally discontinued the PowerPC, which some could be a turn off, but I mean, all the software that I'm going to run for certainly the next 2 years runs on here. So let's click Run Benchmarks. And it's saying Geekbench is running, and I will just show you, I don't actually have anything else major running on there, just Safari chugging away in the background without any Windows running. So it's doing that, and also you'll be able to hear the fans whiz up a bit on that beast. And also up here you can see that I've installed iStats. We've got 72 degrees is what the CPU is running at. And then we've got network, it's not using anything there. Memory, in fact it's using hardly any memory, which is quite promising to see, but the CPU is spiking quite a lot. Okay, we've got a score of 2036, which for a PowerPC is pretty good. I mean, my MacBook Pro, which is a 2.6 gigahertz dual core and 4 gigs of DDR2 RAM, 256 meg graphics card, a fairly fast system, is getting about 3,500. So I think just over 2,000 is quite an achievement for what, a 4, maybe even a 5-year-old computer. That is really quite impressive. Now I've already run this test before and I got the exact same score, so I'm not going to submit that again. Geekbench, if you want to get it, is totally free. The 64-bit version isn't, but because I've got so many Macs I decided it'd be quite a nice idea just to buy it. I don't think it was very much. You do get the ability to run the normal two for free, but if you want to run the 64-bit version, then you need a license for it. Just a couple of things that I'm really liking and not liking about it. First of all, looks really cool. Second of all, pretty damn fast. This thing booted after its first Leopard install in about, I think it must have been between 15 and 20 seconds, which I was really impressed with. And then also, well, maybe something that I'm not so impressed with. You'll see down here that I've got an Ethernet cable plugged into my MacBook Pro. That is because, at this point in time, this PowerMac G5 doesn't have a wireless card in it. It doesn't have an AirPort card in it. Now, if I just quickly spin round and you'll get a flash of my filthy room, you'll see that up there on top of my wardrobe is an iMac G5. Now, that iMac actually has the AirPort card that this is supported with, because new they're about £60. So I'm going to take it out of that one and plug it into there. Maybe something else I'm not enjoying so much. At the moment, it's idling. It's pretty quiet. As soon as I started, for example, when it was running the Leopard install, this beast is loud. And this is going in a music studio, so I'm going to have to do something to try and isolate that noise a bit. But for now, this has been my video on the PowerMac G5. It's been pretty good fun all the way through. And watch out for other videos on the channel of unboxings of all this gear that I've got down there. There's tons of stuff down there that I need to unbox. which you'll see on the channel. Go to shedfed.com for more details and youtube.com/shedfed.